say, you got nostalgia happening, but the point is, you'd be so blessed to have so many memories. Every day we have something new happening. We have new friends happening. We have something new at work. We have something happening with our family. We have something happening on our own. We make new friends. We're doing new work. We're clicking pictures away to glory and stuff. So obviously, that's all becoming a part of our memory and stuff, right? So then the author is talking about this character called Zeniba. So Zeniba is one of the characters who helps Shishiro to get the name back and exist again, and says to her, once you meet somebody, you will never forget them. And it's just that the memory of that person that takes a while to make things come back to you. So, given that your memories are stored in every corner of your inner being, we have the right words and we have to you do the right magic to evoke those hidden memories and connect ideas like they are springs opening up in the universe. So words are spells with power to activate memories and to make us more creative. So the idea is to stay creative. I mean, as you work along with people, you're working in brand management. Even if you're not working, you may be a homemaker, you may be a creative person, you may be a writer, you may be a sports person, you may be a fitness freak, you may be a yoga instructor, you may be a school teacher, you may be a artist, you may be a designer. You have all these memories, and it's amazing to look at those. So like they have not the voodoo dolls concept and stuff, but words are spells, and with the power to kind of look at words, we have the power to activate memories and stuff which makes us more creative. And for that reason, it is very important for us to be aware of the power of words and our thinking. So, so find your own spell. I say find your own spell. What is it that kind of mesmerizes you? What is it that makes you feel good? What is it that makes you want to go forward? What is it that makes you want to wake up in the morning? Okay, so let's say I had been working for a mall, and every day I would wake up in the morning and I want to kind of do this and I want to do that. But the point is that job is not there, right? So now I've given a few number of years of my thinking and my time and my life to that. So it's going to take a while for me to kind of come out of it, right? But then there's always hope, because you're going to find a new environment. You're going to find a new purpose. You're going to find a new objective and a reason. And if you're going to be thinking about what it used to be, you're not going to be in the present moment. So what's very important is to kind of make a plan and go with it. Okay, so the author is saying, let's look for power, how it comes to you only by improving. So improving your state of mind, improving your health, improving your physical fitness, revitalizing love, which is working on your relationships, making new friendships, joining new communities, joining new habits, enhancing your finances, which is a buffet plan, a model whom you follow, a successful model. You kind of want to revisit their stories, success journeys, and stuff like that, and you get inspired from those without kind of thinking about competition or winning and stuff like that. Writing a novel or writing a journal, if you were to kind of write your thoughts and your memories and stuff, you will feel so good about it, because what happens is that when we're using too much of our brain, we are kind of stagnated, so new ideas and new thinking doesn't come in. So write a lot, write every day, express every day, because when you're expressing and you're sharing, you're becoming lighter and you have new energy. You're kind of getting more creative. You're kind of figuring out more things about you. So when you're in a role or in a job, you see things in a certain manner. You look at your life in a certain manner, because you're so used to that environment, which is the comfort, or which is something which you've been in. But the point is, the moment you're kind of asked to leave and get into something new, you have this whole, flush of disconnect happening. That what is it that's going to happen next? So that's uncertainty. Everybody has it. So rather than looking at how it's making you feel, whether you're feeling incompetent, you're feeling insecure, you're feeling anxious, always a good idea on a backup plan. What next? Okay, so what next? So my only take on this is that what is it that you're going to create today, which is going to kind of make you go forward. I'm not talking about existing on social media. I'm not talking about being influencer. I'm not talking about being a person who's, just getting kicks and thrills out of their existence on social media. But I'm talking about the real world. I'm talking about your accomplishments, your thought shares, your participation in the real world. So the real world means the real world, the career, the personal, not the world of social media and digital media, because those kind of help you build your brands and yourself as a person. But the point is, the moment you're off it, people have a pretty poor, recall value unless and until they've seen you so many times, you've become a superstar in your own sense and stuff. So try and kind of focus more on learning. Try and focus more on staying creative. Try and be more, young. Try and kind of spend some time alone. Say, for example, I went yesterday to a coffee shop. I had an option of taking my computer and my phone with me, but all I did was eat, drink, and have coffee and have conversation with just two people, and the rest of it was just me and my thoughts. And when I came back, I was so refreshed. I was so pepped up about life and stuff because what happens is that we are so used to kind of, like I said, working in a certain fashion on the same stuff, the same information, the same video podcast, the same people, the same situations, the same challenges, that we are not able to kind of get a fresh perspective. And when I went into this coffee shop, I met someone who was from US, and we were talking about politics. We're talking about US and India and stuff like that. And I liked his thought and his share that, he doesn't follow so much of it because it doesn't affect his life. So you don't have to kill your spirit of creativity or your spirit of logic or rational, or you don't have to be bogged down by the mundane nonsense if you're not comfortable with it, you don't like it. So you have a gut instinct or an intuitive sense telling you that you're not okay with the idea. So rather than pushing yourself and saying, no, I will, try and push myself and I will see if I can fit into this, if this is going to work for me and stuff, always a good idea to say no. So an example is, somebody called me after many years. I moved on. I'm not even friends with this person. He calls up. He takes up the liberty to tell me about the movies he's doing and stuff like that. And my reaction to this was, you got no standard, dude. The thing is this, that people take advantage of the fact that you've been friends with them. Maybe you've been a mentor, maybe you've been a guide. So, they try and come back and stuff like that. But the point is, when you're in the real world, when you worked on yourself, when you worked on your relationships and stuff like that, that's where the courage comes from, where you say no to people you may have spent time with and stuff, because you understood that, what, some people, all they want is contact. Some people, all they want is opportunities. All they want is to spend some time with you, to make some fun happen, without respecting the fact that somebody else's time is also valuable and stuff like that. Okay, so that's a different thing altogether. But the point is, so every day you have new challenges and new things happening to you. So the lesson here is, spend time with people who value your time and you value their time. And it's a two-way street, and without forcing anything, without obsessing about anything, without being addicted to anything, always a good idea to work on your own acumen and to your own brain. And rather than looking at negative psychology, a good idea to look at positive psychology. What makes you feel good, what makes you feel light, what makes you feel enthusiastic, what gives you joy, what makes you want to spend more time in the world, what makes you want to love the city you're in, what makes you want to kind of wake up and go out and do something and everything. So it doesn't have to be work related. You have to find your zen, and you have to understand that all your roles and all your jobs could be temporary and stuff. And a lot of people are lucky to have those roles and designations, because they've built industries and empires till the last day of their life. So you could always use their journeys and use their achievements to kind of inspire you and motivate you. And following the top 10 or the 50 people of the world helps you big time. So a lot of people say, Madam, हमारे को तो pressure feel हो जाता है. We feel pressure when we look at these people. And I say, you know what? अगर आप प्रेशर के बारे में सोचोगे और ये नेगेटिव चीज़ें सोचोगे तो यही होएगा. If you're going to think about pressure, if you're going to think about the negative situations and stuff, you're going to not feel enthusiastic about it. A lot of people say it's a privilege to feel pressure, because pressure makes you do good things. But the point is, a lot of people cannot take a pressure in a positive connotation because they bog themselves down. So the point is, what excites you? What inspires you? What makes you look forward? What makes you want to go out today? What makes you want to look at advertising and branding around you? What is it that you want to do in a library? What is it that you want to eat? What is it that your workplace is offering? A good coffee shop, good conversations, good company, good travel, good environment, good thought shares and stuff. All of that forms the positive scenario of your workspace and your dynamics and stuff. Yeah, so another 40 years to go, another 30 years to go. If you're going to keep thinking about the negative stuff, you're not going to be able to wake up and you're not going to be kick-starting your day, okay? So love and luck and take care. Have fun, have a blast, and have some plans. And on certain days, just go with the flow. Yeah, enjoy yourself. jkapani@gmail.com, justinekapani.im@gmail.com, justinekapani@office@gmail.com. And what I'm trying to tell you is that when you are obsessively thinking about something, you're driving away things. So the point is to just relax, just calm down, and just focus on the immediate tasks before you and stuff. And from that immediate task, you may have some new ideas and some new kick-ass, inspiration coming in. But the point is, are you kind of taking it easy? Are you relaxing? Are you chilling? Are you just soaking up the pleasures? Or like everybody else, you're just rushing, 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 running, running, running. Yeah. So take it easy, have fun, and have a blast. I'm Jashin Kapani. Thank you so much for writing in. Bye bye.